All right, seriously, you got to get it together. All right, so something I was thinking about as I clean all this crap up at the end of my shift was how a lot of truck drivers I noticed seem to be broke. And I don't mean in terms of pay grade and all that and like income versus like cost of living and all this stuff. I'm talking about just really bad financial habits. A lot of you spend a lot of money on stuff you don't need, and I have a feeling as to why.
All right, got me a pre-workout, gonna be ready to go. All right, so a couple things that I did notice is that there's two major points that I've seen within the trucking industry. And the first one kind of leads to the second one, but it's not always the case. But the majority of the time it's with truckers. Now, I'm not saying that nobody else deals with this. I know you might be thinking, oh, I see this everywhere. I just noticed it seems to be prevalent with truck drivers. And I think it has to do with the fact that one, there's a lower barrier to entry to get into this industry. Depending on the state you're in, you might just have to take a certain amount of hours at a truck driving school. That's what they started mandating in California, or they started trying to last time I checked. Or you might know somebody who owns a truck, or your family might be starting a fleet. You know somebody who's just gonna help you learn just enough to get your license. Now, the second thing is because of the lower barrier to entry, you notice that there's a lot of people that come from maybe more of a hardened lifestyle, somebody who maybe had to struggle a little bit. You see more people coming out of poverty in trucking, and being raised by a family of immigrants who experience what actual poverty looks like. You also notice that there's a struggle with handling abundance. Basically, when somebody who's used to not having a lot suddenly gets more than they're used to, even if you think it's a little bit compared to other fields, if it's a big enough jump, their habits might come in and screw them. This is why you see a lot of truck drivers. I know two people are gonna think he's talking about me. I'm not talking about you guys. You just happen to be a part of the group. Is you guys got some really nice pickup trucks that you don't haul anything with. And it's weird when they're OTR drivers. You got a big, nice house you're never at. You got some really nice cars you hardly ever drive. You're living paycheck to paycheck and you're buried in debt and you're not really leveraging your money. Now, this doesn't mean that just because you might not line up with this, say, no, I take care of my money, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't mean this is false. Unfortunately, many truckers do fall under this category. All right, now I don't want to give off a bad impression, okay? I'm not saying that just because somebody came from poverty that they're gonna go broke regardless, but I did notice something because I experienced this myself. And I got a couple studies linked below to go along with what I'm telling you. But basically, when you come from a lower income standard of living, there's a couple things that are missing. One is obvious, I mentioned it a second ago, is the lack of abundance. You have to learn to be in a mindset that consists of scarcity. I had to go through that. Not to mention, amongst lower income households, you actually have a severe lack of financial literacy, which is something that I've experienced once again firsthand, working with other truck drivers. Because keep in mind, I worked with a very prestigious life insurance agency for 4 years, starting back in 2018. And I learned a lot about financial literacy from them. I saw how many wealthy people had their investments, everything lined up. And for me, it became real, and that's what kind of kickstarted it. I became obsessed with investing. Like, I read The Simple Path to Wealth. I read Tony Robbins' Master the Game. When I couldn't read, while I was driving truck, I would be listening to audiobooks and podcasts about money. And that's crazy when you come from having lived with scarcity and suddenly you realize how it's actually possible to manage your money. Now, keep in mind, I am by no means rich, but I do follow a simple financial system that I learned in Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, which allows me to always have money no matter how tight things get. Even if I'm dialed down to the penny, I'm able to structure myself in a way that prevents me from having too much month at the end of my money. Even if it's just a few cents, there's always something left over. That's what I'm gonna teach you in the next part. All right, time to uncomplicate it. What's the system? So the system itself is a series of multiple bank accounts. Just like I mentioned in the book, Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Once again, any link I mention will be in the description box. First thing I use is one checking account just to receive funds. That's all it's for. I don't swipe the debit card. It just receives funds, and then I distribute the money that I make to the following bank accounts. First one is the auto pay bank account. Auto pay bank account is just that. Anything that comes out automatically, I use only that checking account for. Specifically, checking account. I do this so I can predetermine how much money I need to move to that bank account in order to make sure that the right amount is in there. I know up to the penny how much comes out of there. Since that's all it's for, it makes it less messy. The next one I call the one-off account. That one I use to put anything that's infrequent, such as a major repair, an appliance purchase, I don't know, maybe I feel like buying a TV, a quarterly life insurance payment, something like that. Although that one is frequent, it doesn't come out automatically. So to not mess with the other accounts, I use that one specifically, and I move only what I need. So when I use the card or issue the check, that's the only one that checks are attached to, by the way. The money comes out and then it zeroes the bank account out. So I don't have to worry about any unusable or funds that aren't being used. The next one is a high yield savings. This one I use Upgrade specifically. There's a link below. It's not an affiliate link, but you get a kickback. I get a smaller kickback if you do decide to sign up. But that one routinely gives me at least 3%. It's never gone below that since I've had it. It sometimes hits 5. But hold on, I'm getting a bunch of wind here. The Upgrade savings account is a high yield savings account. It's considered high yield. You get more than a traditional bank. And I use that one just to stack money. And I'm able to do this because by having the one account just for receiving, the one-off account for infrequent expenses, and then the auto pay account being able to tell me how much money I need to have every month, including a grocery budget, I'm able to determine up to the penny how much money I can save every month. What this allows me to do is what many of you should be doing, which is utilizing good months and good weeks to protect yourself from bad ones. Because even with traditional employment, there's gonna be times where the company you work for, you know what, there was no routes. There was supposed to be a 5-day work week. It got cut down to 3 because our customer canceled deliveries. Many of the OTR drivers, when I was leasing, this is something I experienced, is holdups. I once had 5 13-hour delays within a 14-day period, so I know what that feels like. So utilize the system to uncomplicate it, because many of you are doing something really stupid. You're managing everything out of just 1 or 2 bank accounts. Now, it might sound like my system's way more complicated, but it's actually worse to have just 1 or 2 bank accounts, and I'll tell you why, okay? When you have just 1 or 2 bank accounts, and it's usually just one that most people use because, let's be honest, most people suck at saving. But if you have just 1 checking account that you use for everything, you're gonna have all of your auto pays coming out of there. You're gonna have infrequent or one-off payments coming out of there. And at the same time, you're gonna have your little minor expenses coming out of there. All the little stops you make at the truck stops, the gas stations. You're gonna be doing your grocery shopping out of there. It becomes very difficult to manage how much is supposed to stay in there. Now, some of you, a very small percentage of you might actually have it down, but the vast majority of you are gonna suck at this. So if you find yourself frequently running out of money, if you find yourself frequently running out of money, the best thing you can do is separate using different bank accounts. It's actually less complicated to do that. Also consider a financial tracking app. I use Quicken, Simplifi, not a sponsored shout out, but if they want to pay me, despite my small subscriber base, they can go right ahead. But separate and start tracking. Welcome to 3 days later. All right, so I'm over here about to do my usual pull-ups and dips on the sun-kissed dip bars. Then I wanted to reiterate the last point, which is to track everything that you spend. Like I said, I use Quicken, Simplifi. Once again, not sponsored, but I'll take the money. You need to keep track of every dollar you're spending because a lot of you don't, and so many of you are wondering where your money's going, what's going on. I thought I tracked everything. I could have sworn I only spent this much. It's a lot of guesswork. And it doesn't work out well because unless you actually see it, unless you verify it, you don't really know and you're just guessing. And I can guarantee you are wasting money somewhere. Most of you are fully aware of where you're wasting your money on, but the vast majority of you don't even know the extent that you're wasting money on, okay? So that would be the last tip, okay? Track your spending. Other than that, if you got any questions, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and then make some gains.
You guys take care. Oh, stay safe out there.